Hey guys, welcome back to Grafting Dragon Fruit. It's Richard, and in this video today, I'm going to be helping you guys identify and treat a pest named Thrips. So if you guys haven't heard of Thrips before, this is going to be a very helpful video for you guys because Thrips are so tiny that it's so hard to identify them. But when I was out in my garden, I was able to capture some footage of them so that way you guys can see them and see what they look like. But another way to identify them is if you guys come over here, they love to suck on new growth and new buds that form. So these growth here has been affected by thrips. Once the new growth comes out, they start to eat at the new growth and then it makes them stunt. So you're never gonna get new growth. They'll grow to about this size and out of nowhere, they just stop growing. And that's one sign that you know that there's thrips living on your plants. Another common identification is if your bud starts to have all of these scarring on it, that is another way you guys can identify if you have thrips or not. And again, I'm telling you guys, they are so small, like almost a grain of sand. And then you can barely, oh my gosh, as I'm speaking to you guys see that right there? That is a thrip right there. I'm so glad we were able to capture one. But that's how small they are, you guys. It went into that corner. Let me blow at it to make it move, hopefully. And there it goes, right where my finger is. You guys are seeing that thrip right there. That is how small they are. So they bite at the skin of the fruits and make it look unattractive. And there it goes, it's just running away now that it sees me here. So that's what thrips are, you guys. And all of the information that I've read online has been on how to treat them has been false, like using concentrated soaps or soap mixed with water and just other organic ways to just try to keep your crop as organic as can be. Didn't do anything. It probably slowed down their life cycle, but within 2 or 3 days I come back out here and I still see them on the branches and the new growth are still starting to stunt. Another thing that I do is I'll come out here and I used to find them physically and I will take my finger and I'll smush every single one of them. I thought if I did that, it would get rid of all the adults, then no more eggs would be laid, but that didn't do much as well. As much as I was killing them, they were just coming back with a vengeance and it didn't get rid of them. So I really did my research and I dove deep into how to get rid of thrips. And what I've noticed is there's a common treatment that all of these gardeners use, and it's called spinosad. So spinosad is an insecticide. There's 2 kinds in the market. I've had this a while back when I used to live at my old home. I've encountered thrips before and I've used this and it actually got rid of them. Like I said, I try to keep everything as organic as it can be, so I try not to use this insecticide because it kills all of my beneficial bugs here, like spiders. Those guys, I love to keep them. You guys saw my last video, they actually help with the thrips. So I haven't been able to get a big manifestation, but they're still around. So I want to get rid of them completely because it's making my growth stunt and my fruits not growing pretty as they should be. They're getting scarred on it and I don't like that. So these are the 2 kinds of insecticide here that has spinosad in them. So this is Monterey Garden Insect. And I know in California, they probably don't sell this or ship this to your home anymore. So this one's a little hard to get. But what we're looking for is spinosad. That's the active ingredient that's gonna knock out those thrips. And that's the only insecticide that has been effective with treating thrips. So you're gonna wanna get some spinosad A and spinosad D. They're usually mixed like that and it's about 0.5%. So that's one. And this is another one that you can get on Amazon. And of course, everything is in my description. There's an Amazon link below and it'll show you guys to this and you guys can go ahead and purchase that and it'll help me earn some commission so that way I can create more videos, guys. But this has the same thing, spinosad A and spinosad D, 0.5%. So either one of these will work. I'm gonna use this one today because another thing that I found out is if you use this insecticide too often and too quickly, they eventually build an immune to it. So you're not supposed to use this more than 4 times. Once you use it more than 4 times, they become immune to it and you're gonna have to switch off to something else. So that's why I have 2. If I see after 4 days they're still present, I'll switch to this one to continue to kill off the remaining thrips. All right, guys, now you know how to identify them and you know what I use to treat them. Let me show you guys how I actually use them. So with this one here, on the label, just read them and see what it is for you guys. But I'm gonna be using a 1 gallon And then it says to use 2 ounces per gallon of spray. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open this and use my gallon spray here. So this is the one I use. You can get this at Home Depot. You can order it on Amazon. I'll add it to my link so you guys can find it. But you're gonna add 2 ounces of this into 1 gallon of water. So let's go ahead and do that. And another reason why I like the bonide one is it actually comes with a measuring cup. So you can use it and not have to use any of your stuff that you use inside. And you don't wanna get insecticide on the personal items that you have indoors. So I'm just gonna shake this up really good. Make sure we have all of our active ingredients in there. All right, I think I'm satisfied. So let's open this up. And boom. All right, guys. I'm just gonna show you guys what it looks like. Here we go. I'm looking at my 2 ounce mark and I see it. So this is all we're gonna do. So that's 2 ounces there. And what I do now is just pour it in. Just like that. Make sure you cap up everything before you start because you don't want to accidentally spill it. And I'm just gonna leave this here to drain the rest of the insecticide. I have my garden hose ready. All right, so let's fill this up to 1 gallon. It should have a mark or a line in here so that way it can tell you where the 1 gallon mark is. Oh, let's do full. So my 1 gallon mark is right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I feel it. It says 1 gallon, so the line stops right here. So I'm gonna fill up the water until we get to this. And then we're gonna go ahead and start treating all of our dragon fruit that is infected with the thrips. I think I'm almost there. Yep, just a little bit more. Okay, so if you guys see that water right there, it's right at that 1 gallon mark. So I know I'm set. Let's move all of this stuff and get some air pumped into here so that I can actually start shooting out the insecticide. So let's close this up. Another note, you guys, is you do not want to spray this when the sun is out. You want to wait. You can do it early in the morning before the sun rises, or you wait until sun goes down where it's going to be shade for the rest of the day, and that's when you can start spraying your insecticide. So today we're using the Monterey Garden Insect Spray. Spinosad is what's important in there, so make sure if you're buying any, if you can't find that it has that. So let's go and start spraying. So I'm gonna pump my air in here. All right, it's nice and pumped. And let me just move this so I don't accidentally spray on this. We'll start with our plants. Okay guys, what you're gonna wanna do is spray everything. And I'm meaning drench it, get underneath, get over it, get your fruits. You wanna kill all of them because they can have the eggs left over and they will just start to reproduce all over again. And their reproduction cycle is so fast. So let's go, here we go. So just like this, guys. Find the areas that you've been seeing that they're most active on and really get those spots. And that's just what I'm doing here. Like I said, you guys, I've used concentrated soaps. I've used many organic techniques, but nothing kills them like spinosad. And this has been the most effective way of treating your thrips. I know a lot of you guys has probably encountered this and you just don't know what it is. A lot of people say your plant is sick, but really it's these thrips just killing them by biting at the flesh and the skin of the dragon fruit. So it's really, really, you know, sad that this happens. And it's dragon fruit is still so new that not even a lot of people know that there's pests like this that do this to dragon fruit. So I'm so happy that it has happened to me and I've encountered it, so that way I can show you guys exactly how to treat it. And the one thing I've noticed, you guys, is they really love the Megalanthus varieties. For some reason, they like to really eat at the Megalanthus varieties. And when I say Megalanthus, that's the genus, that's the type of dragon fruit variety that they love. So when I say Megalanthus, it's varieties like Ecuador Pelora, Desert King, Ohana Express. So varieties like that, they really love the Megalanthus varieties. And when people in my group would post up about this in the group and asking them, asking me to help them, I've noticed it also happens to their pylora. And they are in a whole different area than me. So you know that these thrips really love the megalanthus varieties. So I'm just gonna make sure I get all around. I'm gonna go to the other side. You wanna get every single branch underneath, over, under, the top. I'll even go in here and get the main branch and all the underside of the dragon fruit. You really want to get all of that insecticide on every single spot. They're so small, they can run and hide into those little crevices that I just showed you guys. And I'm still in shock that I was able to show you guys one of the thrips because they are so hard to find. All right. It looks like I've got majority of this plant. I'm going to show you guys what happens to the thrips as soon as you guys spray the spinosad insecticide. It kills them on contact. So right there, that little black grain is a dead thrip. So they were causing all damage to this new growth, but now with the insecticide sprayed on, it killed them right in their tracks. So that's the power of using the spinosad insecticide. It really takes care of the thrips right away. And to prevent this video from getting too long and just watching me spray, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to do all of this, get underneath and make sure that it's really drenched on here. But I thought I'd share that with you guys on how I treat thrips. So if you ever encounter that problem, this is how you identify them and find them. And once you find them, these are the best combative ways to get rid of them, all right? All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you thought it was helpful, please hit that like button. If you guys have any other insects or pests that's been, ruining your dragon fruit, leave them in the comments below. I'll try my best to do the research on how to remove and treat them, and I'll make some content out of it. And if you guys want to see more grafting and dragon fruit videos of mine, hit that subscribe button so that way you guys won't miss a single thing. Have a wonderful day now. Bye, guys.